Hey guys, in today's video I'm gonna be giving you guys a bunch of tips that you need to know before starting your trading journey in Anime Vanguards. Obviously, as we all know, trading is coming to the game next update, which is in 5 days. So if you are wanting to trade, if you are preparing to trade, you need to know a bunch of things before doing so. So the first thing I want to talk about is value lists. Currently, there's a ton of value lists going around. There's even a site. It's not official. Sorry, it's not official, but there is a whole site on the internet with called like Vanguard value lists or something. And I want you guys to know that those value lists are basically just predictions. Do not follow them when trading because, of course, there is some units that you can predict how much value they're gonna have, but most of the units you won't be actually able to predict their value until you actually have, seen a bunch of people trade and, it's been months of trading in the game. So in conclusion, I would suggest that you don't follow any value list going around right now. You literally don't even have trading in the game yet. So all of those are just predictions and don't follow them 100%. One more thing is, the trading as a whole, I would suggest that you don't trade, especially on the first weeks. Because, first of all, the trading could be bugged. There could be some scam methods going on. It could be some bug that you can literally scam people with it, or maybe I don't know, the trading could be bugged, or as I said, with the values and stuff, you may trade and regret it in the future because obviously there's gonna be some people who know life the game and know everything about the game that will try to fool you and try to get the better unit off you and get more value off the trade if you don't know the game that well. So yeah, as I said, if you are willing to trade for a simple unit, sure, go ahead. But if you want to trade for a strong unit, for a Vanguard unit, for a rare unit, just hold your horses, relax, and don't do a mistake that you will regret. Because you are gonna see a lot of mistakes happening in the first few weeks. So don't be the one to fall for those mistakes. You will see a lot of people overpaying for the likes of Diavolo, for the likes of Shiny Diavolo, even though that guy is gonna be rare forever, but still people will overpay for him on the first few weeks. So don't fall for those mistakes and just wait. And as I said, hold your horses. Also, I would like to suggest that you don't do this type of trades. The trading where you trade a high value unit for a bunch of medium value units, because this is one of the stupidest trades in my opinion. One of the stupidest trades that you can do is, for example, you trade, I don't know, Diavolo for like Kaguya and Escanor and I don't know, some ads. I think that is a very stupid trade unless you don't have those Vanguards and you want to get them for yourself. Even if you do, there is other trades that you can do for those units. Do not trade any high value units for a bunch of medium value units, because that is, in my opinion, a stupid trade. Obviously, I would suggest going for bundles and rerolls and stuff. That is, in my opinion, the best trade for high value units. For example, if you have a Diavolo and you got some dude who has a ton of Robux who wants to trade for your Diavolo, I would rather trade for some rerolls or bundles rather than trading for medium value units. It's just my opinion, but I think it's a scam. It's a big scam because there's a ton of people who do those and want to trade their medium value units off, and they would be stuck because there's a ton of Kaguyas out there, for example, and a ton of Escanors when that unit goes limited. So if you trade for those medium value units, you may never actually get to trade them for good value. So never do that. Just trade high value for high value, or just high value for bundles and rerolls. Also, make sure to not actually look for offers if you're new to the game, because you may actually get scammed that way and get fooled with a offer that you may think is good. Obviously, there's probably gonna be ways to ask if the trade is good or not, so make sure to do that and not just trade with with just trust of the other player. For example, if you're looking for offers for Javolo and he gives you a bunch of units that claims to be high value, and then you'll be like, okay, fine, yeah, that's a good trade, and you go on and trade it. I know a lot of people may be like, this is obvious that you don't have to say this, but there's a lot of people who don't play the game that much and have high value units. They may have gotten lucky, or maybe they were playing the game a ton of back in the day, but now they don't anymore, so they may get fooled. So yeah, make sure to at least ask people before doing trades, or just not listen to offers and ask for the units yourself that you want. Also, there's one more thing. Even if an official value list drops, do not trade just for value. There may be a ton of units that have high value but have literally no demand, because there's some really rare units that people don't even care about. And yeah, don't fall for this. Don't get scammed and just trade your very useful, very high demand unit for like high value units that have no demand, because they will end up stuck in your inventory forever, especially if you are if you want to trade even more, because obviously a lot of people trade literally to keep trading and not trade once and stop. Don't just trade for high value. Make sure to consider the demand of the unit as well. And yeah, if you don't know how this trading will work, it's gonna be like Anime Adventures. It's gonna be very similar to Anime Adventures, where you trade only limited units, and you also can only trade rerolls that are bought for Robux. So you can trade probably bundles, and also trade rerolls that you buy from this option in the store. You cannot trade rerolls that you farmed for yourself, obviously, because that way people can just alt and get a ton of rerolls and just trade them to their mains. So this is an addition that the devs had to add into the game, obviously, even though some people would have loved to trade the rerolls that they grinded for, maybe for some units or stuff, but obviously that's impossible because people will easily abuse this to get a limited amount of rerolls. One more thing you guys need to know, I've seen a lot of this going on. Some people are saying that you will be only able to trade exclusive rarity units, and that's absolutely not true. You will trade you will be able to trade any unit that has the limited option in their name. Well, not their name, but basically when you click view on units, you can see that if they are limited or not. I don't want to give an example with an exclusive unit, so let me go ahead and see a limited secret unit. Which one of those are limited? Yeah, there we go. This guy is limited. This was a word line unit. As you guys can see, this is a secret, but here you can see that it's limited. Basically, any unit that has this, when you click view, is tradable. So yeah, this is something that you guys need to also know. Any unit that has this, literally this limited word right here, it's tradable. So whatever the rarity is, exclusive, secret, Vanguard, they are tradable. Obviously, for example, Vanguard Sun Jinwoo doesn't have that. Okay, we're gonna have to go through all of this. Yeah, cool. There you go. There is no limited option for Vanguard Sun Jinwoo. So, in conclusion, he's not gonna be tradable. And yeah, I guess this is everything that you need to know before trading even gets added. I will be also doing another guide possibly after the trading gets added, when we have all the information. And yeah, this is it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and see you in the next one.